Hey everyone, I'm Scott, and I want to tell you a story. I'm one of those people that when I get a scam phone call or email, I tend to answer it for a couple of reasons. One, I just really like to mess with people, and it kind of ends up being fun. And two, the longer they're messing with me, the less time they have to mess with someone else. So I like to string them along as long as possible. That's what I'm here to talk to you about today. It all started very simply. I got an email that just said, "Hello." So, naturally, I said, "Hello." They then responded with this massive email. The email says it's from Jane, even though in the email, she says her name is not Jane. Her late father was in this big company in Sudan and made a whole bunch of money, but the gist of it is they're not gonna let her keep it because he died, for some reason, and she needs my help to get the money back. Naturally, I wanted to help. So I replied, "I'm so glad you reached out to me. God truly has blessed us to have made contact in this seemingly random way. I also need help, so I know He's answered our prayers. I need to open an account at the bank, but as a convicted felon, I'm not allowed to hold money in any sort of federal repository. I assure you, I am innocent. I was framed. To open an account, I'll need a social security number and ID. If you can provide those, I'd be happy to help." See, my plan at this point was to try to scam the scammer just to see if I could. Anyway, Jane replied. Jane's reply was pretty reassuring because it starts off, "All document needed by law is intact, okay? And I will relocate and visit you in your country later. Just stand by me. Please make sure you secure this transaction." She also tries to play the pity card with one of my favorite lines so far. "Don't forget to pray for me. We face attack bomb explosion every minutes of the day." I do feel bad when you face attack bomb explosions every minute. So I replied, "I tried going to the bank this morning, but they refused to let me open an account on account of all the people they claim I kidnapped back in '96. Again, I was framed. The bus drivers union had it out for me. Is there any other way? I heard if you buy gift cards, you can send me the numbers and I can go to the store and get cash back on them. Can you go online and buy a bunch of gift cards and send me the codes? I will take out all of the money and keep it in a safe place until you get here." Again, trying to scam the scammer. Anyway, they replied. My favorite part is the title, which is just in all caps, "My dear, read my mail very clearly. You do not need bank account before you secure this fund. Stop going to any bank for new account. Contact my bank and they will guide you." And then she just repeats the same paragraph from the last one. And then she doubled the email address because there's two separate fake ones they made, and I guess they couldn't remember which one they picked. Either way, I replied, "Will it still work if I don't have a house? I've been homeless since the beginning of COVID and have been living behind the Walgreens. Some people are nice and buy me a soda from inside. I like vanilla Coke the best. Will your diplomat meet me by the green dumpster? There's a blue one as well, but I don't like that one as much." After a couple hours of not hearing back from my good friend Jane, I decided to go ahead and email that Citibank account. I titled that email, naturally, Jane Says. I started off, "Hello. My new and great friend Jane told me to email you to secure funds. We are partners, I assure you, in a totally legal and partnered way. Jane is a good friend, and I love her very much. She says you can help me with the money account. Is it okay that I am a convicted felon? I was framed. With love." They replied. They replied with this very legitimate-looking information request. So, okay, let's see. First they want my surname. Okay. Then they want my last name? But surname is last name. Surname, last name, surname, last name, whatever. I sent back the following information. I am more than happy to obligate. I am Reginald Hufflebottom, the United of States of America. I live in Springfield. I am 44 and a half years old. My occupation is homeless, former farmer. Phone, I don't have one on account of being homeless. At this point, I was thinking, they gotta get it. But they replied, Do you prefer us to send you the ATM card to the account which we are going to prepare with your name and send it to you directly? With the ATM card, you can withdraw money at any ATM machine with the PIN code, or do you need cash delivery through a diplomatic agent? Grammar. I replied, cash delivery would be the best way. Like I explained to my very legitimate partner, Jane, I am currently homeless, so I will need to meet your representative behind the Walgreens. I hope this is okay, as I am not sure if going behind chain pharmacy stores is offensive in your culture or not. Since this is such a delicate matter, we should have a code word so we know we're talking to the right people. I like ocelot, but I'm open to suggestions as well. I may have another way that could save you a lot of time. I understand you could buy gift cards online. If you can do that and send me pictures of them and the codes, I can do cashing back in a store. Again, just taking one last shot at trying to scam the scammer. Anyway, they replied, the diplomats have your phone number. Relax. The transaction will cost you $50 for cash delivery. Can you send this money on or before 24 hours from now? So I replied, but I do not have a phone. I'm using the computer at the library. There's a nice lady here who doesn't throw me out in the rain. It's always raining here, it seems. Have you ever seen it rain so much that it feels like you'll just sink into the ground, sink back into the earth, become enveloped in the thick, damp dirt from whence all life sprang forth? Can you imagine how it must feel? To be once again ensconced in the earth, to become one with the Great Mother, to no longer feel the pain and worries of this world. I think about that a lot. Maybe it would be better if I let the earth take me back. How would you do it? Jump from a building? Poison? Could you do it? I'm not sure if I could. I've been a coward my whole life, but if it ends all the troubles, what should I do? Get Outlook for Android. They replied, with $50 this delivery will be completed. Very thoughtful people. I replied, I noticed you didn't answer the question. Was it that you didn't want to, or that you couldn't? Ah, well, I'm a homeless man who had a glimmer of hope for just a moment. I don't have $50. I don't have $5. All I have are the scars of a life half-lived. I wonder if you could do me a favor. I have, had, a wife and daughter. They live somewhere in St. Louis now. After all this is done, will you tell them what happened? Tell them I tried. Tell them I lasted as long as I could. Tell them not to go behind the Walgreens. They'll find nothing but sadness in a green dumpster there. You know, I realized I don't even know your name. One last mission then, I suppose. One last suicide mission. Do you think it'll hurt? I'm scared. I don't... Get Outlook for Android. At this point, I'm thinking they have to get it. But they replied. Why didn't you reply our mail? Naturally, I said. I did reply you mail. I replied you mail many times, but you ignored my pleas for help. Now the blood is on your hands. They replied, and this is my favorite reply, you can tell they're very, very angry because their sense of English is just completely gone. We need $50 to complete your transaction. We are not here for debate. Take note and don't abuse this office for no reason. We are only doing our job. Take note for you not to be rearrested for word abuse. Naturally, I replied. I was only doing my job when my country called for me. I was only doing my job when they framed me for what happened to those kids. Again, I am innocent. I was only doing my job when I ended up behind the Walgreens. Do not word abuse me. I have suffered more doing my job than you can account for on a fish. If the $50 is so important, why cannot your diplomat take the money from the cash they are going to deliver? Are you afraid of the $50? Does it bring you fear? You know I am homeless and not own a bank. Why would you make me have the feel-bads by pressuring for the $50 you have access to? Get Outlook for Android. I may have kind of gone a little overboard at the end there, but these people are scammers. They're pretty much the scum of the earth. So if someone tries to scam you, have some fun. Make them feel bad. Waste their time. Like I said, the more time they waste with you, the less time they're actually working on someone who might fall for it. Plus, you might get a good story out of it. or they might rearrest you for word abuse. Oh well.